Hi everyone. I wanted to do a helmet review here coming up. I have had the Shark RSI helmet. These are very cool helmets. These are supposed to be some of the safest helmets out there. And I have to say that it is, I think that this is a very well constructed helmet. But I wanted to give a review of this helmet because honestly, I would never buy another Shark helmet again. There are a few things about it that are really annoying, and you know, first you got this cool styling and everything else, but if you actually pop open the visor and you look in here, and I will put it on here and you can take a look at it, your peripheral vision is so limited inside this helmet that when I'm on a motorcycle I can't see my mirrors or my dash without looking down. I can only see out about, well, yeah, I can only see out about this far. Where a normal helmet, you've got a much wider peripheral vision. The slope, this thing right here, cuts down anything that you want to see. So if you want to take a look, sorry, a little bug crawling on the camera there. If you want to take a look for a car behind you and you do this, this cut blocks your vision. So you have to actually turn it all the way around and your chin's still blocking it and tip your head over to be able to see behind you. The vision of this helmet is horrible. I've taken this on several trips from Colorado to California to Seattle and back. I've done numerous road trips wearing this helmet. It's pretty comfortable, and I feel like it's a safe helmet. I mean, it's got good padding around it. I've seen the inside, I've seen the shell and everything else, and it seems like it's a pretty good helmet. The other problem with this helmet, see this cool, nice V shape right here? This is a trick. I mean, it looks all wicked. It's got this nice groove coming up here. It's got this, and it's got this nice flat groove here. This thing acts like a frickin' rudder in the wind. Honestly, there are times where I have been, like I drove to Branson from Colorado, and the wind was blowing. I had a crosswind, about a 30-degree crosswind across the road, and it's just mind-boggling how much pressure it takes to keep this helmet straight. I mean, it just wants to just hook this front part, just wants to twist your head right off. I end up driving down the road in a crosswind, a lot of times holding the chin, because there is so much twisting pressure because of all these nice sharp edges. There's a sharp edge here, there's a sharp edge here, and there's a sharp edge here, and of course the front is a point, and that acts as soon as you turn your head just slightly. If you're going to sit there and look to the side at highway speeds, it wants to break your neck. This thing jerks to the sides. That is my number one complaint. Did I already say the peripheral was my number one complaint? I don't know. Two things. Peripheral is a safety issue. So as far as safety issues, the peripheral vision, number one complaint. As far as the riding, number one complaint on that is the fact that this thing is like a rudder. It likes to go straight through the wind. You turn your head slightly to the side and it just grabs this front thing and it just wants to rip it out of your hand or off your head. The other thing that I don't really like about it is the ventilation. Now this vent up here on the top, this thing works. This thing works really well. You click this up, you can feel the nice cool air coming over the front. You know, the front of your head flowing over the back. It'll dry it out really quick. This front thing, I didn't even know. I'd flip it up, I'd flip it down. I never got any ventilation one way or the other. And finally, I took out the chin piece for this video, so you can see. And inside here, there's this little tiny thing, and there's a couple little tiny holes that show through. But this little thing flips up like that, and has a deflector that forces it right up underneath this visor here. And the front ventilation is horrendous. I mean, I've played with it up and down, I'm like, I couldn't figure out which way was actually on. I get so little air circulation. So after I took this out, I tried it, and I like it actually better. Although there's nothing without that piece of foam, which kind of wedges in here, there's nothing to hold the sides on. But that's okay, it's more comfortable and you can breathe, because this foam piece on the bottom cups under your chin. I'm sure that's another safety issue. Excuse me. So anyway, that is my basic review of this helmet. The visor's clear. It's not exactly a quiet helmet at all. I don't think it's as quiet as it should be. It's every bit as noisy. I don't know if it's with this or what. As my standard old, you know, I got one of those flip-up chin bar helmets, and those are known for being really noisy. And this thing is every bit as noisy as that. The one cool thing about this is I've got two visors. This is the bright one. And the best thing is it's got this push button. You push it in, and the visor pops right off. And you can pop a visor on and off of this thing in no time. Oh, and actually, you know, speaking of visors, here's another reason I would never buy this helmet again. And I'm not much into, like, you know, making videos and dissing things, but these helmets are like $350. And I thought, well, oops, sorry. And I thought, well, you know, that's good. You know, I mean, it's your life in your hands, and if you're going to wear a helmet, you might as well get a good helmet. So this helmet here, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, this visor. There's closed, okay? The next click up, look at this. That's the first click. Look at that thing. I mean, a lot of times, if anyone who designs helmets rides motorcycles, know that you want to sometimes just click it up a hair just to get a little extra air circulation. I've bought $70 helmets that have better visor design and ratcheting than this thing. So yeah, there's closed, and the first click up is almost an inch. And obviously, if you're going down the road and you want just a little bit of extra ventilation, you know, rainstorm, something like that, you don't want to be sitting there and having your visor all the way up, but you might be fogging up a little bit and need to sit there and get just a little bit more circulation. So, you know, should be able to crack it open like that, like most cheap helmets will do. But instead, there's the first click. So, the paint is beautiful. I love the paint. It's smooth, it's shiny. People love the helmet. I got the cool blue thing. This is my own thing that I've done. I stumbled across this. They sell those visor things, you know, you're going into the sun, and you can just take black electrical tape. It comes off easy. Put it on your visor, and then that way it'll actually give you a little shading. If you're driving in the sun, you can tip your head down a little bit. This works really well. You can reach right over, flip up this to the first click, an inch, and you know, the visor opens up. So, as an overview, the helmet, I believe, is a very safe helmet. The ventilation on the top is great. The front ventilation does nothing at all. It is pretty. The paint job is great. The padding inside is plush, but does not leave room for earphone inserts, and I do have some earphone inserts in there, and it is a little painful. The front foam part blocks too much air, which is why I would like this to crack open a hair. The visor removes very easily. You can swap visors in a heartbeat. And the number one issue with this, if you're taking a long trip, is the fact this thing is built like a rudder. I was very disappointed, considering this is the most expensive helmet I've purchased. I've got a whole wall of them. Dirt bike, street bike, you know, dual sport helmets. And this is a noisy helmet, and it is the worst helmet in the wind that I've ever had, ever. So, anyway, thanks for watching. I hope this is a decent review. I would love to see other reviews of people reviewing their gear, so people can start saying, hey, let's go online and see what people really think about this. Like I said, I've had this helmet for well over a year, maybe actually 2 years now, and I would never buy another Shark again, unfortunately. Cool helmet, looks great. People love it. They're like, wow, it's a cool helmet. I was like, yeah, whatever. So, anyway, there you go. There's the wedge, the infamous rudder, And I hope you have a great day. Thanks a lot for watching. My name is Jeff.